Synchron Orchestral Percussion 1 comes with some instruments that are essential, although they are actually really small compared to the tom-toms, cymbals and timpani. This one is featuring triangles in different sizes and made from different materials. 2 shakers, tube and egg shaker, wood blocks in 5 sizes and small and large castanets. And the triangles will be our first instruments to look at. The structure is exactly the same for all sizes and beaters you can choose from, with only a few additional scrape sounds on the serrated steel 21 cm triangle on F-sharp 2. So let's get right to it and first check out the different basic sounds from all these triangles. Steel triangle 14 cm, heavy and light beater. Steel triangle 21 cm, heavy and light beater. Steel triangle 30 centimeters, and that's quite a big triangle there. In comparison, the bronze triangle 30 centimeters. And the Baroque bronze triangle in 17 centimeters. The same in 21 centimeters. And this is the serrated steel triangle in 21 centimeters with the additional scrape sounds on F-sharp to G-sharp 6. The mapping structure is the same for all triangles, and we will just switch through the sizes for the different hits, starting with open hits on C4 and D4, closed on C-sharp 4 and D-sharp 4, 13 velocities and of course variations of each note to avoid the machine gun effect, but that goes without saying. If you are like me and sometimes fighting with hitting those repetitions with the right velocity on the keyboard, switch on velocity crossfade and let the velocity crossfade slider do the work for you. On F4 there's another open hit, with a dampening release sample when you let go of the key. From G-sharp 4 to B4 there are 1 to 4 upbeats, with 2 alternations. Static rolls with long release samples on C5, and static rolls with short release samples on C-sharp 5. Pre-recorded dynamic rolls in 1, 2, 4 and 6 seconds variations on the white keys from D5 to G5, again with those practical release samples that are placed just right whenever you let go of the key. As always, the key switches on A0 and B0 let you switch between crescendos and diminuendos for those dynamic rolls. And the velocity crossfade controlled rolls are available on C6 and C-sharp 6, with a long and a short release sample. Make sure that velocity crossfade is activated and design your own dynamic rolls conveniently. Next up, the shakers, with a tube shaker and an egg shaker, identically mapped. You get a single shake on C3, a slow upbeat shake on D3, a fast upbeat shake on E3, and a roll on F3. The same for the egg shaker. And we have provided some patterns for you, always following the same scheme. The black keys C sharp and F sharp always play back the originally recorded pattern. And now you can decide in which tempo you want to play those patterns by playing the same rhythm on C and D. Or on F and G. Simple but effective. All 5 sizes of the wood blocks were mapped over the whole keyboard, starting with the largest wood block from C2 to the smallest on C6. Of course, you get different articulations across the octave, like this. Center hits on C and D, rim hits on C sharp and D sharp, a roll that can be controlled dynamically with velocity crossfade on E, pre-recorded dynamic rolls over 1, 2 and 4 seconds on F, F sharp and G, A0 and B0 switches between crescendo and diminuendo. As always, release samples are ready whenever you decide to exit a pre-recorded dynamic progression. And from G sharp to B, you will find 4 upbeat variations. The soft mallet we heard now is a yarn mallet, but you can switch to the hard plastic mallets with a key switch on C sharp 1, playing the same articulations. And the rasping stick articulations you can trigger on D1 are rounding off the possibilities with the wood blocks, using only the white keys for each wood block and 4 fast variations, as well as 2 slow variations. The castanets come in 2 sizes, small and large. Use the matrix key switches on C2 and C sharp 2 to switch between those sizes. You will find castanets played with the left and right hand on C4 and D4 with 10 velocity layers. A static roll on E4, and switch on velocity crossfade to manipulate those dynamic rolls manually. And there are pre-recorded dynamic rolls in 1, 2 and 4 seconds from F4 to G4. And the usual key switches on A0 and B0 switching between crescendos and diminuendos, including those versatile release samples. One to 4 upbeats as always in 2 variations from G sharp 4 to B4, And that's it for an overview of Orchestral Percussion 1.